What? 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 What el fucko is this? Okay, an interactive credit sequence. Can I... What happens if I don't shoot them? Do the credits go quicker? No, the credits just still come. In fact, it's probably quicker to destroy them because it means that it moves on faster. I can't move the cursor any faster, so this is literally just as good as we're gonna get. I will admit, this is a very interesting way of doing credits, a way that I have never seen before. The most interactive credits that I can think of to this day are Rayman Oranges. Sorry, I'm in such a habit of calling it that. Rayman Origins. In the credit sequence for that, you could literally like destroy the credits. You could jump on them, and they were like, I don't even remember. I think we could just collect them because they were made of looms. Yeah, I think that was it. They were all the words, all the names were written in looms, and you can collect them. It was a really cute idea. I liked that a lot. This is the most interactive method, and it looks garbage. It looks so cheesy, but it is pretty neat. I will admit, it's pretty smart. We are shooting just above Earth though, and I'd be very worried about my stray bullets doing some serious damage. Like, I'm actually shooting Earth right now. People are dying. Many people are dying. Because I'm playing a video game. Alright, so some final thoughts while I'm going over this, shall I? Let's do a little recap. I don't remember a whole lot of it though, so it's gonna be a bit hit and miss. For what's going on with his picture there? It looks like a knight. All right. I don't remember a whole lot about what was going on with the video game because of how long it actually took me to finish. Oh god. But basically, as much as I remember, anyway, I remember very little of the plot. That's why I was so confused with the ending. I just remember that the president was talking to that evil guy. I just don't remember why or what about. It was very political, and I got very bored quite quickly. So I don't remember very much about that, and I apologize for not really paying attention enough for it to... for me to actually give more concise commentary on my opinion in that regard. But in terms of gameplay, something I have experienced, you know, over the course of me playing this fucking video game, is the fact that this is a very samey video game. Every level is basically the same thing. You go to an area, you shoot the robots, you have finished shooting the robots, you move on to the next area. It's quite boring. It's, in a lot of respects, quite similar to the problems that I have with Singularity. In that there are some really neat concepts that happen in the video game, like the sliding mechanic. Some of the weapons were pretty neat as well, even though I didn't really care to use any of them. Mostly because you don't really have the opportunity to like switch out weapons very easily. It's more of a case of you find this weapon, you use it. And you level up by either picking up that weapon again or picking up just a generic upgrade with that weapon equipped. That was alright, but it did make things very difficult to remember the level of upgrade that you've got for each weapon. And because they are so few and far between, it's quite easy to forget what each weapon actually does. Or at least it was for me, simply because I was playing this game every 5 weeks. Which obviously is not really the way you're supposed to play video games, but that's obviously just my schedule for So, all in all, not very positive remarks in my particular opinion. Oh, can I destroy these as well? Do I get additional points? Probably not. I don't really have enough. Oh god, 73. What's that all about? Is that my score? Is that like my multiplier? Maybe not multiplier, but that's my streak, as it were. Why do these all look like passport photos? You know, they just... Well, maybe not all of them. This one certainly doesn't, because he's, you know, not even facing the front of the camera. What? I was doing so well there. Oh my god. What is going on? Okay, I got him. The director. There he is. Mr. Shinji Mikami. Are we good? Is that the end of the game? Now we're going on to more credits. Jolly good. I guess these people weren't important enough to get a meteor. Fair enough. I'm going to put the controller down while I make my final assessments. What to say, really, that hasn't been said already? Like I said, I did appreciate the use of more unusual concepts that you don't generally see in video games, and that is mostly just the sliding mechanic and the dodge bullet time effect. However, it really did make things quite difficult when what is essentially your health was not apparent. The amount of health that you had was very obscure. You couldn't really tell whether or not you were about to die or you were fine to go for another few rounds, because it could just be a matter of a stray bullet hitting you while you're in bullet time, or you could be beaten up 3 times and hit by a rocket launcher and a grenade and then you die. It's very vague, and that was one of the things that really bothered me about the video game, in that when you were in the bullet time, you know, you were obviously quite powerful because you are literally between seconds, but in the same vein, because I didn't know how much health I had when I had lost all of that bullet time, I was now much more vulnerable to damage. And it didn't really make any sense, in my opinion. It's a video game, I know, but it didn't make any sense, in my opinion, that when the bullet time ran out, when I was in this cooldown effect, I was somehow way more vulnerable than I should have been. It's literally just a suit cooling down. It's overheated, it's cooling down, so I can use it again. What would have made more sense as a suit designer that needed to have this high capacity sliding and bullet time effect, that it would just have good cooling to begin with, you know, get some liquid cooling going on in there. Maybe have like a little canister of liquid nitrogen that you could pick up, like that could be an item that you could pick up, and it would mean that you would have a more sustained quick time period. Your what is essentially your life bar would have been longer, like it did do at the end when he overclocked, what I can assume is an appropriate metaphor. So I don't think there was much else for me to say, to be honest. The characters were quite dull. I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in any of them, especially the main character. The way he spoke just grated with me so much, because it sounded so Batman, you know? It was so forced that you could tell that wasn't his voice, his natural voice. And I just don't understand, why not just hire somebody with a gruff voice? There are literally thousands of voice actors. Just get one with a harsher voice. Same with Mr. Burns. He was exactly the same. And I don't know, that bothered me quite a lot as well. Thanks, Sega and P-Star. Ah, what is this? Oh, right. I guess score. I didn't die. Great. Cool. Oh, I need my controller back. Confirmed friendlies killed in action. Well, to be fair, I probably killed quite a few of them in that last section. I don't know if they count. Well, So what happens now then? God hard. God hard. That sounds way lewder than it needed to be. I just unlocked God hard. Okay. Right, okay, cool. That's it. It's been a very unusual video game for me, and certainly for my Let's Play channel, because, you know, third-person shooters are not really my deal. I think the closest I've come to one in the past on my channel is Dead Space, so that's that kind of tells you everything, doesn't it, really? But nevertheless, it's been a long time coming, but I really hope you've enjoyed it, at least. I've not really enjoyed playing it, but I imagine it's more entertaining to watch me struggle and bitch and moan about the game than it is to play, so that's my hope, really. And yeah, now that I've finished this, I can move on to a new game, because I usually have 3 on the go. Or I might change my schedule up a little bit, I'm not sure. I have been thinking about doing that, because I didn't like the idea of having one every 5 weeks. It kind of made sense to me to just do a series of 3, one week after the other, and then every 3 weeks. It makes sense in my head, don't worry. I might come up with a new schedule, I might not. I'll let you know if I do. Otherwise, thanks for joining me. Please put your comments down below, because I'd love to hear what your opinions were on the video game, if you enjoyed the video game, what you think were good about it, and if you perhaps agree with me on any level about my opinions, because let's be real here, they weren't very positive, now were they? Anyway, join me again next time for whatever Let's Play comes next, and I'll see you then. Ta-ta!